the curtain would rise, the band would swing, and Johnny Carson would flash that familiar smile, inviting America to relax for the night. From the outside, it felt safe here. Laughter, charm, stories told under bright studio lights. But years later, when the applause faded, some of the faces that once sat across from Johnny would be remembered for something far darker. Not just death, but deaths that left questions hanging in the air, unanswered, unsettling, and impossible to forget. There's a strange intimacy to a late-night interview. Guests would open up, tease secrets, laugh a little too loudly, sometimes reveal more than they meant to. And when you look back at certain episodes of The Tonight Show, knowing how some of these lives would end, the moments feel different, heavier, almost haunted. Take Natalie Wood. When she sat on Johnny Carson's couch, she was Hollywood royalty, poised, radiant, and impossibly human behind the glamour. She spoke softly, laughed easily, and carried the weight of a lifetime in front of cameras with grace. Years later, in 1981, her life would end on a cold night off the coast of Catalina Island. Official explanations came and went. Accidental, drowning, reopened investigations, conflicting timelines. A scream. Some said they heard a woman terrified of water, gone beneath it. Decades later, the mystery still breathes. And every time the Tonight Show clip resurfaces, people ask the same quiet question. Was there something she never got the chance to say? Then there was Bob Crane. On Johnny's set, he was the all-American charmer, quick-witted, relaxed, the kind of guest who made hosting look easy. America knew him as the lovable lead from Hogan's Heroes. But behind the laughter was a private life, carefully kept in the shadows. In 1978, Bob Crane was found murdered in a Scottsdale apartment. No witnesses, no clear answers. Evidence that pointed in different directions. A case that remains officially unsolved. Watching his Tonight Show appearances now feels eerie, like watching someone laugh at a joke while standing on the edge of something they can't see coming. Who knew him? Who didn't? And how does someone so visible disappear into uncertainty? Sal Mineo was another familiar face to Carson's audience. A former teen idol turned serious actor, he spoke openly about reinvention, about not wanting to be trapped by who the world expected him to be. He was searching for roles, for freedom, for peace. In 1976, he was stabbed to death in the carport of his apartment building in Los Angeles. A random act, they said. Wrong place, wrong time. But questions lingered. Why him? Why that night? And why did his life feel like it was just beginning again when it was suddenly taken? On Carson's couch, Sal seemed hopeful. That's what makes it hurt more. What ties these stories together isn't just tragedy, it's the contrast, the warmth of the studio lights against the cold uncertainty that followed. Johnny Carson's show wasn't a place for darkness. It was a place for jokes, music, and connection. And yet, history reached back and rewrote the meaning of those moments. There's something unsettling about realizing how little we ever truly know about the people we invite into our homes through a screen. A laugh doesn't guarantee happiness. A smile doesn't promise safety. The Tonight Show captured them as they were in that moment, not as they would be remembered. And maybe that's why these stories endure, not because of gossip or shock, but because they remind us how fragile a life can be, even one that looks charmed from the outside. How many truths are left unsaid when the camera cuts away? How many stories end without an ending we can understand? Johnny Carson once said that late night was about giving people a place to unwind. But looking back, it also became a time capsule, preserving voices that would later fall silent in ways no one could explain. These guests came, they laughed, they left, they left. And for some, the mystery never did. So the next time you watch an old Tonight Show clip, listen closely. Not just to what's being said, but to what isn't. Because sometimes, the most haunting stories don't begin with tragedy. They begin with applause.